Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us today. Sister Lily issues with the hand with the PC. So, okay, let us start off the session by together we all sing this prayer song.
मैं क्या करूं, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मुझे कोई रास्ता नहीं सूझ रहा, मैं क्या करूं सुबह से ना कुछ खाया ना पिया, से बस ताला में धक्के खा रहा हूं। के साइड में सारे हॉस्पिटल में गया, उसकी सीने भर्ती ने सब लोगों ने कहा ऑक्सीजन खत्म हो गया। फिर यहाँ पर जो राजीव गांधी में आया,
灵方妙药啦，就是虔诚，虔诚的，那就是发挥大爱。爱呢，要彼此相爱，更要爱天下万物。大家要不断的宣导，来呼唤，不要有哀嚎声。需要呢，把力量汇合起来，人多了，力量才会大。
世界充满着爱和关怀。
也许你的一句好话，可以呢，开启人的心灵烦恼，不知道能牵引多少人呐！发好心，立大愿，所以请大家要重视自己。
Morning, everyone. Before we start this morning, let us invite the Abode Masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects to the teachings and explanations of the Buddha and Master Cheng by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise. together. Just bow. And a bow to our beloved abode masters who could join us today. Okay, so I will be sharing the summary of last week's first before we pass on to the next speaker. Let me just do this first. Okay, here we are. Brother David, last week, who did a Q&A, there were 4 questions, but it was so lengthy, so I had to summarize the summary. Today's summary will be of 2 questions that were posed last Saturday morning, and capturing its essence is what I will be attempting. The first question that was posed was about giving cash aid to victims of disaster. Isn't it better for Tzu Chi to solve the problem, for example, to focus on infrastructure? Brother David said, the key to such a problem is not like a band-aid or a plaster. The solution is in education of people, which is not short-term in nature. We're teaching people the importance of being vegetarian to have lasting effects for the future of all things humanitarian. Question 2 was if it was wrong to follow another master if we already sought refuge in ours. The answer was that we need to be focused and not scattered, like navigating through the stars. We want to have depth, not breadth, and certainly not variety. And we definitely have much more to learn from our master, undeniably. The other questions are too lengthy to be summarized in this poem today. I recommend that you click on the YouTube link and listen intently to what Brother David had to say. DeHuang. Brother Joe talked about a 2D and a 3D map and how dissimilarly the same it is. In a 3D globe, the sun's light is focused on and the other part is dark, is one analysis. In a 2D map, all light can shine across the countries, but what we lack is depth. What we can get can be superficial and people will be quick to forget. This is akin to just reading history books as opposed to be living history in lives. Master urges us to search for meaning through action, which is what we need to strive. Okay, so that's the summary that I have. Let me stop share here. Okay, I'll pass it over to Sister Su Ching to introduce our next speaker. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sister Su Ching, for facilitating today's session, Karen. Good morning, brothers, and good morning, Brother Joe, Master DeHuang, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us in the early morning. We are most grateful and humbled to have Sister Si Hoo to share with us today. Sister Si Hoo, like this morning, we mentioned with Sister Sui San, who shared her insights of today's wisdom at dawn, and followed by Sister Si Hoo, who did the testing and reminded us of back in 2016 when English group started live translation of Master's Xun Fa Xiang. It was spearheaded by Sister Si Hoo and Sister Sui San back then. And we are very grateful that Sister Si Hoo, again, Sister Si Hoo is from Penang. She joined us in this Pure Heart translation team. This team, for those who notice, they have started undertaken the task of translating 7 o'clock morning volunteer stop every day during the weekdays. There are also other sessions like Saturday Brother David Liu's session, as well as from time to time others session which was earlier not able to be translated due to lack of translation volunteers. So today we are most grateful to invite Sister Si Hoo to start this group. They will be sharing every month of their insights from translations of these all the wonderful wisdom by our abode Hualien team. Okay, let us without much ado, let us invite Sister Si Hoo to share with us.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me? Are you able
Yes,
to hear me?
sister, very clear.
Yes, okay, yeah, okay, let me share my screen first. Okay. Now, okay, a very good morning to our beloved Master Chen Yan and all the masters from Jing Si Abroad and all volunteers and our family, Dharma family members on cloud today. A very happy morning to every one of you, and it gives me great pleasure, to have this opportunity to share with all of you about the long way that I've gone through, especially on this the translation work, and I feel that not through translation, it has added value to my life, as what Master Chen Yin always tells us that we have got to take an inventory of our life. So when I look back and I can see that actually through this translation work, I feel very happy that I have this opportunity. In fact, just to share a little about my history, okay? In fact, actually, I attended the Chinese school only until primary 6. So I switched to the English school after that in the secondary school study education. So that's why you see actually at the beginning my Chinese was not just as good. So I can remember very well that I was working as a secretary in a Japanese firm. So at that time my boss asked me to to write, and when I can write no matter how many letters in the English version, it should be fine. But when he asked me to write a Chinese letter to ask for quotation in China, I was stunted. I don't know how to start even the first sentence. So he did himself. He wrote the letter and he joked with me. He said, I never expect I have to be the secretary to my secretary. So from there, I feel that, yes, I need to learn up my Mandarin. But of course, there was no time for that. And occasionally, I come across those Jing Si aphorism. At that time, I didn't know because I didn't know about Tzu Chi. So I didn't know. I just know that they are words of wisdom and they are very nice. So, in fact, all my family members, including my cousins and my brothers, they are all English ed. So I was thinking to myself, in future when I retire, I'm going to translate all these so good words to share with my family members. Okay. In fact, you see, this is just a very small, humble vow that I made to myself in my heart, that I'm very grateful that in Tzu Chi I'm able to do it, and not just confined to my family, but it's worldwide. So you can see that actually starting from, in fact, to tell you, in 1999, I already know about this sister Ye Tzu Ching, Ye Tzu Ching. I know her since 1989, but I didn't join until 1995 because I was a workaholic. So I feel that to do charity work, one must have retired. Then only you have the time to do that. But anyway, thanks to this sister Ye, she has been pestering me, for years, for 5 years. Every time when she saw me, she would ask me, "Come lah, we have already set up the license office in Penang." But I didn't really go, only until 1995. And she invited me to join Brother Chi Hang and Brother Chi Lang for lunch. So I went and I met Brother Chi Hang and Brother Chi Lang. And Brother Chi Hang, very clever. He asked me to translate this at that time, because we just got the approval of the society for Tzu Chi. Then he asked me to do the translation for this society's constitution, because as you are aware, over those times our constitutions are in English, and when he wants to report to Master Chen Yan, he has got to translate into Mandarin. So he asked me to do that. And over those years, 26 or 7 years ago, it's not so convenient that you can send through those platforms. But anyway, I have to type out, and then I send over to him at night. And he invited me, say, why not you join us to go to Taiwan? immediately I agreed, and the four of us, myself, Brother DeHuang, and this Sister Si Hoo, and another girl, we went over. So you see, this is the affinity that brought by the translation of the society's constitution, that I have this opportunity to meet Master Chen in 1995. Okay, and after that, continuously I will be doing on and off on this the translation work, but not much. But anyway, in year 203, I was invited by this sister Hualien to translate this life wisdom. We took, because it's shared by US and Penang, so we took up the Saturday life wisdom. What they do is the Thai will send us the life wisdom in the morning at about 10 a.m. But we have to complete and send back at 2 p.m. the same day, because at 7:45 they are going to broadcast the life wisdom. Then in the same year, I'm so glad that I was invited by Sister Lisa. At that time, she hasn't been ordained. So her name is, I remember her name was Sister Lisa. But later on, actually, she was ordained, and her Dharma name is Reverend Terling. She asked me to translate this Wisdom at Dawn. And I started from this the Medicine Sutra. Master Chen expounded on this Medicine Sutra, as well as the Dharma as water. And later on, I was also invited to translate this Essence of the Body Mind that they make into DVD. I remember I have translated two. One is about depression. Another one is the the gathering of Tzu Chi volunteers. These two. Then, as always, Master Terling is very kind. She explained to us that translators must first comprehend the messages of the speakers in order to touch the hearts of the people, rather than to directly translate. And Reverend Terling is also very kind that she guided me on this, and she gave me this dictionary. Originally it wasn't this name; it was under Ed Miller Dictionary, because I think the founder was Charles Miller, but later on it was changed to this name, Digital Dictionary of Buddhism. This is very useful, I find, because a lot of terms you can find over here how it is translated. Even until today, actually, I'm also using this dictionary to do the translation one, and it helps a lot. But unfortunately, this Digital Dictionary of Buddhism, if you are not the subscriber, you can only find 10 words per day. So sometimes after finding 10 words, you are not able to find anymore. But I'm glad that because I do translation of the Wisdom at Dawn, the Dharma Permeation, then invited by this Sister Sally Wei, then she subscribed, so we could use this Digital Dictionary of Buddhism for almost 2 years. Okay, precisely this is how I went through this translation work. And later on, actually, I also have the opportunity to translate these books. Okay, Great Love as a Running Water, I was invited to translate chapter 13, and The Cycle of Beauty is chapter 20. And the relieving anxiety, actually this Sister Ling Xin Hui and I requested someone in US to translate, but she asked me to edit. But in the end, I changed the whole translation. I redo the translation again, and it's the whole book that I have translated. And I could remember very well, that when I was invited to translate this book, the chief editor of the editorial team gave me this message. She said, translation must be smooth. You cannot add in anything of your own. You cannot omit anything inside there. Yeah, I think this is a very good lesson that I've learned through this translation of this book. Although it is just one chapter, but because actually later on the chief editor still asked me whether I can continue to invite them to translate, but unfortunately at that time I went to China, so I didn't agree, not consent to read. Then we have lost touch. How I wish, I can still continue. And later in 2019, actually I was also invited by the Philippines volunteer, a sister Fang Pei from Taiwan, but she's now in Philippines. So she also requested me to help her to translate her book, this one, Tzu Chi's Village of Hope. And she especially requested me to translate her preface. And this is really very, very interesting, and I really enjoyed doing such kind of translation work. So I can remember like what Master Cheng said, grasp the time to cultivate wholesome seeds, wholesome deeds. Diligently, we have got to nurture blessing and wisdom to affirm our aspiration for spiritual enlightenment. As what Master Cheng said, translation work, the Dharma is intangible and alive. But translation is also an important aspect of spiritual practice. So when translating, the most important thing is to understand what message do we want to convey. Have we sensed the message by our own self? So we must really mindfully comprehend the significant message that Master Cheng Yen or the speakers wants to convey. And after digesting the message, then only we are able to elaborate the meaning to the readers in a very smooth form, and we cannot add in anything of our own, and we cannot omit anything. Okay. So to me, I'm so glad, and I'm always very grateful to the KL team, for giving me this opportunity to join them, because I know that translators are transmitting the Dharma teachings as well. Okay. So as what Sister Su Ching said, actually I'm also translating this waking up to the fragrance of Dharma, that was invited by Sister Sally Wei from the US chapter. And currently I'm also translating this volunteers morning assembly and the Monday charity report. Yeah, this is how I did the translation, but it's a pity that it's almost 2 years that we have no chance to go for this the Dharma permission. So every day we will, I'm in charge of Monday, so I will be translating, as we watch this the online share Dharma discourse by Master Cheng Yen. And normally this is what I do. I will write in all the Chinese words, and then I do the translation. So that's why it takes time, because I feel that Master Cheng Yen's teaching is so good. I am reluctant to omit anything, so I will translate the whole article out. Okay. Then another one is about the monthly charity report. I'm actually in charge to translate for Brother Joe and also Master Cheng Yen. But I find Brother Joe's speech is really very fast, especially during this Monday charity report. But I really enjoy every part of his sharing, and I'm also using all these when I'm doing this sharing with our volunteers in Penang for the English group. So that's why I think this is what we have done in the translation, and we can make full use of it. I think that is really very, very good. That after translation we can still utilize these things in our own sharing. Okay, yeah, this is what I've translated and shared with the volunteers in Penang. Okay, as you can see, when I'm doing this sharing, I'm also telling them about taking inventory of our life. It is a matter of doing the right thing in life. This is called the right livelihood. When I shared about the Eight Noble Paths with the education group, because they are we have some teachers who are the Indian teachers, so share with them. They enjoyed every part of it. So that's why I think doing translation work is really very, very, very useful. And this is how I always do this, the morning assembly, the volunteers morning assembly. I need to use my iPad to listen to the talk, and use computer to type, and also use handphone to do a sound recording, so that at least I don't miss out anything, and after that we can still edit to patch up all those that we have missed out. But this is really very, very interesting, and you can see that actually every time you listen to the sharing by Jingsi Abode Masters during this volunteers morning assembly, it is like going through a revision of Master Cheng Yen's Dharma teachings. So I really enjoy every moment of it. And while translating, although people may know, sometimes they may watch over just once, but I'm sure with all the translators here, we understand we have got to listen over and over again and to read through over and over again to get it smooth flow. Okay, so that's why actually yesterday only I saw Master Cheng Yen said why she's calling us Bodhisattva, so that it will be imprinted into our alaya consciousness, and hopefully it will enter into our ninth Amula consciousness. So I feel that doing translation work like that, definitely these Dharma teachings will penetrate into our alaya consciousness that we can bring along, maybe for life after life. Okay, so you see how interesting when we do the translation, we also put in their pictures, and I'm deeply impressed with Master Tzu. Master Tzu also shared this, especially on the flowers, and then we just pick up and then we translate, and at times I need to do a screenshot so that I don't miss out anything, and we can translate even better. Yeah, these are the translation that I've done over these few months, that when I was invited to join the Pure Heart translation team. You see, it's actually when you read through all this, you really get the gist of what the Abode Masters, and because they were so close to Master Cheng Yen, and they also follow Master Cheng Yen through this traveling trip. Okay, these are a few that I have screenshot to share with you, that this is how we do on this the translation work. Okay, in fact you can see that this was last week, right? And this was only yesterday. Yeah, it's very interesting that at least although we may now have the opportunity to go back to the Abode, but through the Masters sharing, we feel as though we are there in the Abode, enjoying every moment and every part of the celebration during this the Chinese New Year. Okay, so apart from this translating, in fact in Penang, I'm also doing a lot of translation work on our programs. For example, recently we are doing the bond between master and disciple, and very short video clips, but all the translation are done by me. And can you remember Master Cheng Yen has also given us this book. So I feel that we have so many of those English ad volunteers, so I also do a translation of the whole book, so that they can also understand. And I feel so happy that at least I can share with them about the good messages and good teachings of Master Cheng Yen. Okay, so in fact, to me, I feel it is a privilege that I'm able to do such kind of translation work, and I feel that I'm the one who benefit most when doing translation work, because I have got to read over and over again, and I'm sure it will be implanted into my alaya consciousness. Okay, and I'll carry it along years, life after life. Okay, so I always pledge that I will play my best role in this lifetime. At least I'm very grateful that I'm given this opportunity to do a lot of work in Tzu Chi, especially on this translation work. And I would also vow to be the best director to write the script for my next lifetime. Because since I have the affinity to join Tzu Chi, I have the affinity to meet Master Cheng Yen, who is my spiritual mentor, and also to learn together with countless virtuous Dharmatic folks. I think this is really a privilege, and I take pleasure in it. Okay? So, and most of all, I think I'm so very happy and grateful to Sister Su Ching and all the team members for giving me this opportunity to join them. I'm just one out of the 12 people. So it is just like Master Cheng Yen said, we are the small fireflies that when we team together, it will really make the emit light with all this might to beautify a dark night. I think this is precisely what I can share with all of you, that how I enjoy this the translation work. And you see, through this coming to Tzu Chi, I think we are able to live a life of value. This is most important, okay? And when we take an inventory of ourselves, every day, without fail, we have something to do that enhance our wisdom life and also enhance our wisdom, I think, for the current lifetime. So don't you think that it is something very worthy that we are able to do that? And also, through this translation, I feel that many people can benefit, because when they read, they can still read through over and over again with the text that is provided. So this is something that I think we should always enjoy doing such kind of thing. So since I'm able to live out a meaningful life of value in this lifetime, I think this is worthy of coming to Tzu Chi and into this lifetime. And I can always remember when when I went back to Taiwan for the first time in 1995, I have the chance to stay in the Ching Abode. And when I was there, I can feel that Tzu Chi is really like the phantom city, as mentioned in the Lotus Sutra. So when I came back, I also wrote an article in the English Quarterly, and it was posted there in 1990. I think it was in 1996. The magazine, the English Quarterly magazine. I have an article written about my spiritual trip to Hualien, and over there I also mentioned that you see, Master Cheng has found us, not that we go and find Master Cheng, but Master Cheng, I remember during this the 100th session of the Sing Fu Ren Sen Jiang Zhuo, the public forum, Master Cheng said, I have painstakingly found each and every one of you. Don't get lost again. So I always remember this and bear in mind. I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to live in the same lifetime as Master Cheng and to learn a lot from her, and also to learn from our co-volunteers, because everyone, like Master Cheng said, everyone is our teacher and we can always learn. And I'm always very grateful that I have this opportunity to be part of the translation team that can bring benefit to worldwide. This is how I look at things. So that's the reason why we have got to be grateful. I'm very grateful for our past karmic affinity, and we must always cherish the present good affinity, so that we are able to nurture blessed affinity for the infinite future. This is precisely what I would like to share for today, and I hope you enjoyed every moment of my sharing as much as I do when I'm preparing it. When I'm preparing it, actually, it was supposed to be in January 22nd, but on that day was our end of year blessing ceremony in Ching Abode. So that's why it's cancelled. So later on, I read through and do it again. It's very short, but really I'm very happy that I have this opportunity to do such kind of translation work in many ways. Yeah. So thank you very much to the translation team, the Pure Heart translation team, for giving me this opportunity. And I really thoroughly appreciate that I can learn from all of you on this the translation. Because one thing good about doing translation is, even like last time when I was doing this the Wisdom and Dawn translation, because we are in the same platform, so we are also able to read what others have translated, and from there actually is also an opportunity for us to learn. So likewise, like in the Pure Heart translation team, because since I'm a member and I'm in the team, I'm able to read what others have translated too. So that would enhance my skill in translation. So over these almost 26 years that I'm involved in this translation work, I think I enjoy every minute of it. So with that, I think I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I hope that I will continue to have this opportunity to do more, because I know that through translation work, we are able to benefit more people, and so that more people are able to understand a master's teaching, especially when normally when I do any translation work, I will post to our English group. As always, most immediately you can see people giving you such kind of encouragement and motivation. Why, you are my angel, you are whatever encouragement or words that they say. Actually, that is the motivation power behind that prompted me that I have got to work even more harder on this, so that I can translate even smoother on the teachings of Buddhism and also Master Cheng to share with everyone, especially during this the Volunteers Morning Assembly. I find that since the Jingse Abort Masters, they are so close to Master Cheng, so every time when they review, they are sharing, you will feel that actually we are doing a revision, honestly, a revision of Master Cheng's teaching. So I hope that more people can join us on this the Volunteers Morning Assembly, and to learn so much. Every day there's something new for us to learn and to be aware of. Okay, so thank you very much with that. So this is my sharing for today. Thank you.
And Sister Si Hoo for the most heartfelt and powerful sharing. Wow, yes, Sister indeed is our angel. Well, I trust everyone has benefited as much as I do, and feel lots of great rejoicing. Before we pass to Master DeHuang for feedback, let us watch the video that Sister Si Hoo could not share earlier. Okay.
一路走来20年当中，我想来慈济是我这一生中感觉到最受惠的，因为有很多机会让我学习。从1995年开始呢，第一次回去就有机会去随师行。1997年呢，亲自跟我们的念师傅学习打法器，很感恩的就是说学以后呢，回到这边还有这样子的因缘带领礼拜法华经序3年。03年吧，我就有这样子的因缘去台湾去学花道、茶道跟手语，所以呢，回到这边呢就有这样子的因缘，在茶道教了7年。我还没有进入慈济之前呢，我是很喜欢拜经的。当时候真的是拜佛，因为我是有所求的。凌晨3点我可以起来念地藏经，因为念地藏经有28重利益。那当我走进慈济以后呢，深深的从上人的法里面呢，去体会到，其实真正的学佛呢，最重要就是修改我们的习气，真正去回归清净的本性，改变自己。翻译的工作呢，让我能够真正的深入上人的法。虽然说有时候要赶的时候呢，睡眠的时间真的很短，但是我真的很喜欢，希望说这样子的一种翻译呢，能够让受英文教育者呢都能够受惠。所以当你知道说这样一个有意义的事情在做的时候呢，当然你很喜欢的话，你就不会累。好像上人说，我们如果做喜欢的事，一定不会累。
哇 ，OK， 感恩。Okay, may we invite Master DeHuang? Master DeHuang.
Yes. Hi. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sifu.
Okay. Auspicious greeting to all of you. And since now still in the period of the Chinese New Year, and may I just say Happy New Year to all of you, and just yeah, and not just for the new year, but I think for every second, we must harbor a good heart, just like what Sister Si Hoo, her name, Si Hao. I think it's like every hours and every second and every minute, we must have a kind heart, and to do good things in our life. Yeah. So anyway, I'm so you know, like I am so admired to those who are able to translate our master's teaching to different language, especially for the international English the language. So this is what I want to keep working to learn my English as well. So anyway, I do appreciate that we have this platform so that I can get a chance to practice, to review master's teaching and through my personal insight. So not to waste everyone's time. So let me to share my slides today. And I'm going to share with you is regarding this. Wait. Okay, this is the beginning that I'm saying. This is a very most common greeting used during the Chinese New Year festival season, and for no matter you're Chinese, Indian, Malay, or other religions or cultures country, but at least we in this auspicious season, and we will do practice ourselves to think good and to speak good and to act good. So this is only during Chinese New Year, not really, but masters teachers that we must practice every time. So as we know today, this year 2022 actually is the represent the year of the tiger, and also it will be very popular during this season, and we will receive a lot of phrases or sentence regarding people would like to use this good words, lucky words and phrases, including the characters of Hu, tiger, 老虎的虎, for this represent phrases and greeting. So this is one of this we heard about Hualien Dharma, wishing you luck in the year of tiger. And also this is I also receive people will say that Hu some way wish you fortunate with the vigor or vitality of the tiger. So but does it mean we everyone have a tiger? I mean, must like a tiger has a kind of inspiring momentum, like which is like is it we must be fierce or whatever. So I think if we everyone the character like tiger, I think it must be unfortunate to the animals, because to any other animals of the feel safe the way human do to them. Just like if we human, the character act like tiger, we lost our loving kindness, because we're so cruel to those animals, because for our personal to satisfy our food, to crave our taste of the food or drinks what we enjoy for, but we still have those animals. So do you think that we must act like like as I mentioned, in some way, if everyone act like this, so definitely we can have the rest, peace society in the community, because every day, every second, this kind of scenario is always happen, because when we can't stop eating meat, and we keep killing and keep sending all those animals to the slaughterhouse to get what we want for our everyday meals. So I think this is very cruel. So as the old people's been saying that when seeing them alive, we cannot bear to see them die, and hearing their sound, we cannot bear to eat their meat. So this is what we've been learned when I was in school time, but are we really to take it into our daily practice? I think not really, because even though all of you have been joined Tzu Chi, maybe some of us are still not yet to become a vegetarian, or we still cannot control ourselves not to eat meat. So this is just because the food that we taken to actually is like we tend to shape our food to just express ourselves. And is it just like this one, because you can't see the value of the animals, and we only eat just like what we so-called we enjoy. Yeah. And because you can't see the animals with the sense of feel before they die, and you just see you're hungry, and you just see that the food is so tasty, and you just want to eat them. So, and also another reason is just like we don't want the food in their natural form on our plate, because when food come to you on a plate, on tables, on a dining room, or in a kitchen, you definitely would not have the what we call is like the stimulate to eat with this piece of meat, because it's uncooked, it's raw, with blood, and and it's not really look like feel like to entice you to eat this piece of meat. But how about if and because we can't even recognize if we have a lot of this processed food, because just because that we can't even recognize that is from an animal with their ribs or backbone or the legs. Maybe we can only see a little piece of this kind of processed food, but you still would not stop you not to eating. But it's a reality. We know that those processed food is not really healthy for us, and no matter they came from meat or whatever. So I think that it's time for us to practice our six organs with our six senses, and for what you see, what you hear, and what you smell, and what you taste, and what is your mind consciousness. It must be not to forget that since we listen to Master's teaching, and I think that we should really to practicing ourselves with our mind, clear mind, pure mind, that is it this food, when we eat it, is it good for us, or it is not healthy for us? So this is depends on what we choose. So here's a short video. You can see that the food design when it comes to you.
Wir gestalten unser Essen, um uns auszudrücken. Wir essen Werte, Traditionen und Symbole.
Wir wollen die Nahrungsmittel nicht so, wie sie in der Natur vorkommen, auf den Tisch tun. Sie sehen gar nicht mehr, dass es da ein Tier ist, das Rippen hat oder ein Rückgrat hat oder Beine hat, sondern sie sehen Stückchen. Wenn sie Glück haben, ist der Knochen dran, aber meistens ist der Knochen auch nicht mehr dran. Und sie essen eben das pure Fleisch. Und das erinnert sie nicht daran, ob das ein Schwein oder ein Esel oder ein Hase oder vielleicht sogar ein Hund war.
Warum sind Fischstäbchen rechteckig? Die kleinen Quader lassen sich industriell herstellen, sind einfach zu transportieren, sie passen genau in unseren Mund und, weil sie nicht aussehen wie Fisch, werden sie auch gerne von Fischmuffeln gegessen. Fischstäbchen sind designt.
I think that just like what Master say, we should eat the food that make us feel ease and feel free from the burden of debt from the animal's life. 不要有欠债残. So actually, because as we know, in Buddhism, we always talk about karma, the reincarnation or the retribution for a life to another life and so on. So that actually, if you just like what Sister Si Hoo mentioned, that she really enjoying to attend the morning volunteer assembly every day, because she says she can gain a lot of different insight from different our masters who share on this morning on the morning sections. And if you guys have been attend what 2 days ago our Malaysian masters DeHuang, and she been invite our brother who share his real experience with regards of impermanence in life. And the main point that he always stressed that was we cannot bring anything with us other than come out when we die. 这是万般带不起，唯有业水生. So actually, this is his stories is witness that life is really impermanent, and it came to him with the real experience. It's like that is not you can't foresee in the future, but it is really happen when certain circumstances happen to our life. You will come close and to experience it. So it's just like the question is just like if we we can actually bring away what can we actually bring away when we leave this world. So if we do good deed, definitely we will accumulate our good karma to the next life. But if we do the not say bad, but we not really do good and not do bad, but at least we have a very minor actions that might also cause us to accumulate our bad debt in the future. So this is what the brothers mentioned. So let us to review what Masters mentioned about the story on the chapter on Conjurong City, on the episode of 982 episodes, which is Master mentioned. And this was what Masters still trying to show us regarding what Masters share with this story. And so let us have a review, and then we go further. Thank you.
亲像这片的台湾镜的地同款啊，这台湾景伫现前，大家人毋知捌听到讲18地啊，阎罗殿啊，也哪有乌白无常啊？ 甲人压到阎罗王的头前啊，就讲你在世到底做偌济恶事，偌济的善事啊！大家人拢嘛要辩解讲，恶的我拢无，善的我做袂少啊。但是呢，不管你安怎讲。 你明明做这呢多累积啦，的恶，无啊，我无做啦。来，阎罗王前啊，一逆境台啦，安尼呢展现出来，哇，好亲像伫这个镜的内底啦，你的人生，你的过去，你的 定定所做一切啦，迄个影像呢，都安尼 点一点伫咧显出来。你做什么款的恶啊？什么款的意呐？这五欲十恶啊，历历在目前。你安怎样个强辩啊？安怎强辩呢？证据伫头前呢。所以这就是讲，咱人所做的因啊、缘啊，完成的果，迄个种子啦，咱的丝毫都无漏掉去，拢是种伫迄个种实第八种实的内底。这已经呢，真侪的这个烦恼无明所做作的这个恶啊，拢已经种伫迄个所在。咱即马现在若无修行啊，根本咱都无法度去看出了咱的种实。种了偌年济过去生中的因啊缘啊，会当来到这个人间，由不得自己的环境呢所累积真侪的苦啊，哈，自济的历史人啊，自济的总经啊，历历分明写着无数人间的苦难。
Okay. So actually, just like what this brother mentioned, he say in the past, the old days, people used to say, kind people will directly ascend to heaven when they die, or the evil people do bad things will directly descend to hell when they die. And people who are in between kind and evil will be brought to a judgment juncture. And so he said he was the one brought to the judgment juncture, which is he got a chance to see the karma of mirror from his past, not the past life, but on his the past for since he was born in this world, in this human realm, and until at the edge of before he came across this encountered this this kind of situation, and this is like he say he came this experience, and I think very quick. I just want to say that just like he mentioned that because he used to have a healthy body, and because one day when he had some maybe allergic to some food or whatever, so he came to see the doctor, and the doctor say that he was have a bacterial infection, so Su Ching感染, so he need to do some treatment, and he received the treatment, but because he was have a very severe uncomfortable with the treatment, and all of in a sudden he was like fainted, and so, and he felt like he heard the voice from the conversation of nurses or the doctors, and also he said after that he also heard about he was in a very special place, which is he never know where was he, but he came across with one voice saying that you already died. He was declared that no, I'm not. I'm still very healthy, and why I will die? And I still have a lot of things to do. I have my family and my children, and I have my old parents. I still need to take care of. And please let me go. I want to go back. And because that person, the voice say that you have you been recorded why you just now you was uncomfortable and you were sick and you've been sent to hospital and do treatment and so on and so on. Did you do that? Yeah, he said yes, I was in the hospital. and say that have you been do good things in your life and or bad thing in your life, and say, yeah, I do some charity. And he also mentioned that I'm not too bad. I think that sometimes I do charity and I donate, and I also you know, I treat my parents very well, and I will give them money and whatever. And but the judgment say that are you sure you really feel to your parents? With not like sometimes when you will be impatient to listen, or you will give them some not like a harsh words, and when you like not patiently to listen to them or whatever, and you treat them is it really you really treat them good? And he think that, oh yeah, sometimes he will like think drunk, yeah, he will you know, like maybe have some not really kind words to parents or whatever. And because he say finally they showed him like just Master mentioned the karma of mirror, and it was just like a recorder to reveal back what he has done in his past, since he was a childhood, and what he did to the fish, and what he did to those little pets, animals or whatever, and how does he kill them, and how does it play them or whatever. So he said that yeah, I did done that in his childhood, and he started to repent that. So is it possible for him to do some like kind of repay? Or he said that please, he still want to alive and still want to come back to the human realm, and say, is it he said that it's possible for him to like pay money, and so that he can like what is it, 交保. So the person say, oh yeah, if you want, yeah, you just need to give me $1, and Taiwan $1, and I will let you go. But unfortunately, our brother he find from the wallet and the pocket, and he couldn't get any single coin to take out this a very small little amount of money. And from that moment, he will realize that actually what Masters mentioned was true. We can't bring anything with us, the materialistic item with us, unless but it's our karma, whether we do good or bad. So this is what the insight or what the experience that the brother came across. And of course, he also after he was recovered, and he started to join Tzu Chi and had become a commissioner last year. And he also started to share his experience. Yeah, I was at Tainan last year. I mean, 2 months ago, when I attended the year-end blessing at Tainan. This brother also shared on the location that we have the community volunteer gathering section. He also mentioned that before. So after that, our Master DeHuang and DeHuang went for a second time for different places, and this brothers to share another time. So very luckily, our DeHuang and DeHuang Master invite them and invite him and encourage him to share his story to the public, to everyone, so that this is the like example for us to learn. So this is a real story, and we must understand that there's a karma always following us. So we must really be careful on our thought, speech, action, and all those things. So when we do the 10 good deeds, we will get a chance not just be a human, but we also can be born in a very good place with get a good chance to listen to the right Dharma. So I mean, a good place doesn't mean that you will be born in the rich family, but I think it's like when we do good deeds, and we will get a chance to meet good people, and we got a chance to listen to the right teaching. with the right person. So this is very important. So just like we ordinary beings, when we were descent to the hell, just because we carrying our very bad karma with us, so that we must go through the hell. But also when we understand that the original vow of the Kistigaba Bodhisattva, DeHuang Pusa, actually he make a vow is like for example he was not born, or he was not go into the hell because of his karma, but because all sentient beings in hell was suffering a lot, and he's not bear to see those suffering people in the hell, and that's why he make a great vow to want to go to hell to relieve all those suffering people. And how can he do that? When he go down to the hell, he's not just pull you up, I let you go away, live away from this place. But I think it's just like he was teaching the Kistigaba Bodhisattva. Actually, he just want to let us know that we must practice kind heart and with a compassionate heart, and we must not do bad thing. And this is just like what Masters taught us. We must do actions to do good thing, not to do bad. So I think this is like remember on a chapter of medicinal plant, 药草玉品. Recently, I was studying this chapter for the review. I was remember Master mentioned 大愿菩萨, just like the Kistigaba Bodhisattva. He have a great vow. So with so we also call it the Bodhisattva of the Great Vow. So it means like we must bring Dharma with us forever, not bring the bad karma with us forever. So this is two different situations. So when you have a vow, a great vow, which is you not just for your own benefit, your own self, but to others, I think that you will easily come and go and to live people. Just like we volunteers, we went to the prison, jail, to help those prisoner person or inept person. Now we give them the teaching so that they can get a chance to change their life. Like what I mentioned before the Chinese New Year about our brother who was in the jail for at least 7 times, but because of a volunteer, have a vow, want to leave those inept person so that they can have a restart, a new life. So I think this is some sort of similar to what the vow of the Kistigaba Bodhisattva. I think this is the same, so that they will not repeat again to do the bad thing. So this is what the more important thing. So at least we make a vow or by voice up, using our mouth to speak good words and to speak good greeting during the New Year season. But also one of the best way for our mouth to do good thing is not just to speak up, say good word, but also we can eat. What we eat inside, also we will practice a good kind heart. So this is kind of like when we adopt a vegan diet, I think this is so a way, is another way of eating. And so that we practice our mouth by every day, and everything come to us is good. So this is kind of also we practice the spirit of compassion and altruism. So this is another the second choices for us how to utilize our mouth very functional in a very good functional, 就是发挥效用，用我们的口。So not just speak good words, but also we eat good thing and right thing. So for example, recently I saw this video clip actually include the tiger. He's not eat meat. He was actually eating the leaf, the bamboo leaf, I think. So you can see this is the real tiger. Yeah, and yeah, he also eating a vegetable. Yeah. Of course, this is what we see that you can see this is the big tiger. So because it's a year of tiger, so I'm lucky to get this and you can see there too. And you see what happened to these two tigers. Yeah. So I don't know where they shoot this video, but I think this is you can see they are eating real. This is the real. Yeah. So I think even though for tigers also will change their habits, so thought about for human, definitely we can change because we are not carnivore. 我们不是肉食动物。So actually, I just want to say that I like to show this photo. I've been show this during the volunteer morning assembly, and regarding this is the collection of fresh fruits cut in half, and it shows us the colorful patterns for all sort of different kind of fruits, and it's like a beautiful world. And also you can see that for our Buddhist costume and in the monastic in the abode, every day we were offering fruits on the altar of the 那个佛桌. So we would serve the fruit offering to the Buddha. So there's a short video and for you to have a quick view and you can see.
供果，我们佛前供果是要如理如法，水果可以选当季的，气味比较清香、清淡的水果，像苹果、橘子、香蕉、火龙果等等。我们一般供果是用4种水果。我们在上供之前呢，我们就会以清水把它清洗干净，以表我们的恭敬，然后用清净的心来供养。 供果数量的多寡没有限制，重在用心发心，提醒自己要善护心念，种好善因，多行布施，才能得到好的果报，成就善果。
So, like what our master Dharma mentioned, actually, what you plant is a good deed, good seeds, and you will get a good result, a good fruit. So it's like 种瓜得瓜，种豆得豆, and with a sincerity heart to make offering to the Buddha, not just to the Buddha, but also to ourselves, because indirectly we practice, and you know when we see all those colorful fruits, it makes us feel enjoyable and happiness, because you know we know that this is going to provide us a nutrition. So it's very important. So this is the latest video during this Chinese New Year. We got it just a few days ago, and I can share the link to you. So this is another. We just now we mentioned about fruit, but here now I show you is the vegetable. So especially during the lunar first day or the 15 days, or even some certain big events for the Buddhist festival, we will serve maybe at least for normal the big season festivals, we will serve 12 dishes. But normal lunar first or the second of lunar, 15th of lunar, Chu Chi, the normal day, we will serve 6 dishes. So this is double during the Chinese New Year or some like 药师法会. So this is the New Year, Chinese New Year Eve, when we do offering before afternoon, before the lunchtime. So you can see that actually it's very colorful as well, and with a colorful different patterns of those vegetables. And this is how we make offering. So when next time you guys want to learn how to present this in your own homes or family in your house. Maybe I can share some photo to you and how you arrange. Actually, it's very simple. Just make sure it's really fully cooked and you just arrange nicely. That's it. And how you cut the shape is all depends. You can be round shape, long shape, or a rectangle shape, or whatever, or triangle shape, or anything. As well as it's a cooked food, not raw food, and we must not taste before we offering to the Buddha. So when we cook those dishes, it's very simple. We use water to boiling. The method that we cook is like boiling or steam, or maybe sometimes we need to stir fry. Sort of make it a color to be turned golden brown, and that's it. And very simple, not much seasoning or flavoring add on. It's just maybe some salt or oil to make it shiny and smooth, and that's it. And we can sometimes to different color. We can use mushroom like carrots or sweet corns, or the sweet peppers or the radish, a different way. You can cut into string and into tiny cubes or whatever. So this is another day. Is on the first day of the Chinese New Year, the lunar day, first day, Chu Yi. So, and you can see, let I show you in a short clip. Is it Jing Kan? This is carrots. Yeah, how you present the carrots like flower, like a beautiful flower, and it was very nice and beautiful, and and this is a new dishes, and actually we call maybe red turnip. It's just like 大头菜, but it's like a kind of fruit, 水果大头菜. This is the new fruits, new vegetables that I saw. We also during this Chinese New Year. And it's very beautiful and colorful. This is a preserve. We just add on some salt and sugar, preserve it, 腌制, and you can cook as well. And the color will return to a light pink, not too bright. So, this is the in front of you. This is actually is tomato. A tomato with soybean, 毛豆. The tomato, when we trim off the skin of the tomato, and inside is a baby sweet corn, 那个小玉米, 薏米笋. Is it we call this one? So actually, it's very beautiful, and just exactly one size, and fit to this small bowl. Yeah, and also we serve with eggplants, 茄子, and whether you want to cook with a boiling method, or you can deep fry the eggplants to turn the color to very beautiful. Yeah, and this is what I prepared. The first and second. It was prepared by our master and one of our sisters, and arranged by all different volunteers and our masters as well. So this was the lunar of second lunar day, 初二, 大年初二, where there was the time for me to do the preparation. So I prepared those things. You can say they always show you a different shape. Even this is eggplant, different way to cook. And even though for the carrots and all different green vegetables, this is the black fungus, and the black color, you can see the hammer. So it's so taste, and even though for the long bean, you can decorate with different way. So it's up to us, but yet our sincerity is not discount. So we still have 100% sincerity to make offering. So when we see we make this offering to the Buddha, actually indirectly also we were offering to our eyesight as well. 这是眼睛供养. So actually it's very delight, make you feel like happiness, and feel like delight that you can see that all those colorful vegetables can just like all the nutrition is inside here. So you will feel happy, and before you eat, I think you already get a nutrition for your personal mind, for your own mind. This is what I thought. I don't know. How about you guys? Yeah. So now let us to listen our Master Defa to share with us why we want to make offering and by using food and to the Bodhisattva. And that goes this way.
佛治时代以讲经说法及教化众生为主，施主以食物来供养，所以所谓的五供，就是在午时之前所上的佛供，以米饭来供养佛菩萨，又叫做佛享、佛饭、熟佛供。每当农历初一、15，诸佛菩萨诞辰时，均需在午时之前举行上供仪式。 以供养十方诸佛及法界众生。之所以称为五供，是因为在佛治时代过午不食的原因。在金色是有一些不同，平常的五供的供饭是由五供者一个人上供。初一、15的时候，我们有6道供菜；大的节日有12道供菜。供品及供菜都要量力而行。俗话说：“心诚则灵。” 要明白这个道理，若不明白这个道理，再丰盛的供品、供菜都是形同虚设。供菜是可以食用的，在过去供养之后，不是给需要的人名扬两利。在金色五供后的供菜会放在后段供养大众。
So we not just make offering to the Buddha or Bodhisattva, but also we serve very delicious food to our beloved Sangren and also our abroad masters and all our volunteers who able to back to our abroad to celebrate the New Year festival. So here I want to show you, this is like during the New Year time. We will serve different kind of special food. It's very special, especially every year we will do the radish cake, or we call turnip cake, roboga. So this here you can have a look.
中国人就是说，萝卜是一个好彩头，所以新年新希望就是希望大家都有一个好的开始。萝卜刨皮完之后就洗完之后再刨丝完之后再去煮。米要泡1个晚上，隔天用那个磨豆机磨成浆。煮好的萝卜就是跟米混在一起。 混合之后，用4方形的容器装着，再送去蒸箱煮100分钟，萝卜糕就完成了。每年的过年，我们金色都会做年糕、萝卜糕、花糕。我们学习的话。 就是会比较轻松，因为有资深的师傅教我们，就不会做错。就像我们修行一样，上人在带领着我们行菩萨道，跟着上人走，这样就对了。
So like our Master Deyi mentioned, actually we learn how to do those special festival dishes, and not just to make offering to the Buddha, but also is the kind of way to help us to practice in our daily life, so that we learn from senior master, just like what we learn from our master Sangren, through the cultivation, spiritual cultivation, 修行路上, and how we to eliminate to our arrogance or our old afflictions and so those. And I think this is like food is every day we must eat, but how we choose is really depend and for every personal decision. So, but if we choose the right food, and so that we will feel very ease and into our stomach, so that you don't have a burden, so you can't eat too much. So just like everyone nowadays, you guys cannot come back to Taiwan to visit our muscles just because of the reason of the COVID-19, the virus. So even though Chinese New Year, there's a lot of people taking a few days day off, the holidays, rest, but Master say we cannot rest because the virus doesn't take rest. So it's keep going to affect people's healthy and the life. So we, as Master's disciple, we also cannot take rest. We also cannot, we must also understand that if we start not do good deeds, and definitely when we do nothing, and we also will accumulate our nothing karma. So you have, you will like in the future you might not in a good place. So it's same that to the accumulating for the karma as well. You do good thing, and it's like a scale, like Cheng. So which one is heavy and which one is light? It all depends. So we do good and you do bad and you do nothing, and definitely you will have a different result. So the last but not least, I just want to say that we must always remember to give thought on the action to be taken, as each action has its own consequences. So although we think no one will see, but there are records of what we have done. Just like the brother mentioned, he was escorted to the judgment console, and he saw all the karma of mirror and what he done in the past. So definitely 历在目, so you can't avoid. So the more important is to understand that all good actions should be taken, and we must to eliminate all the unwholesome deeds. In especially we must take action right now. So keep practicing to engage in the good cultivation for our spiritual practice. Follow the master's teaching is very important. So here's the end for my sharing, and I hope you guys can understand what I mentioned just now. So I will share the links regarding just now. I show you all those our Jingse both small short video short. I will share to you guys later on. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your listening. Thank you.
Master DeHuang for the great insightful sharing on this promoting a vegetarian and the law of karma, Brother Chen's story. Very heartfelt, and also Master's good reminder to do good and avoid evil, as well as very heartwarming and delightful sharing on the Chinese New Year prayers dishes. Wow, suddenly transported us back to Hualien. For those many of us who have missed going back to returning to our spiritual home, I think today very grateful to Master DeHuang for sharing all this with us. Ka'an, Master, and we look forward to the videos, to the pictures.
Yeah, okay, I will share you later.
Ka'an Si Hoo. Yeah, Ka'an also to Sister Si Hoo, who benefited us a lot today with the sharing of the very insightful translation, and everyone really, as Master DeHuang and Sister Si Hoo have mentioned, this 7 o'clock morning volunteers session, it's full of very great sharing, and the one like Brother Master DeHuang mentioned, Brother Cheng, I think many of us who heard it that day, wow, it was truly awakening. So must not wait, they said above 3 inches above our heads, there are all these beings are recording what we are doing. So indeed, Ka'an Sifu, Ka'an Sister Si Hoo, and we are very thankful to our brothers and sisters for your presence today. Hope that each of us could sustain this Dharma joy and take in another piece of Masters and Hualien love to our life. Maybe before we end, we take a group picture. Ka'an Master DeHuang. all the brothers and sisters for joining us today. Yeah, Master DeHuang said we cannot, as Master's disciples, we cannot rest. This pandemic is still lingering. And those who are going out on Tzu Chi missions today, stay safe. And as we depart to teachings, observe the SOP. Can everyone on the video? It's okay if without Tzu Chi uniform. It's okay, no worry. We want to take one memorable group picture. It is still Chinese New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, Sister YY. Okay, Sister YY.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year, Sister. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Okay, Guyana. Okay, let us invite Sister YY. Okay, ready?
Okay, Sister Su Ching.
Hey, Guyana, Sister YY. Okay, Guyana. Okay, let us invite our Master DeHuang to lead us in making 3 vows to the Buddha, and Master Cheng as we depart to apply all these wonderful teachings in our everyday life. Let us pay our respects to our teachers of life, universal truth. Palms together. First bow. Second bow. And third bow. And a bow to Master DeHuang who could join and benefit us today. Cảm ơn Master DeHuang. Cảm ơn Sư Phụ.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Hello everyone.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.